But
Play if
speaking
you
of
want,
things that
man.
you ain't supposed to be doing, did y'all see
Yeah.
that article that I sent y'all
Which one?
I didn't get to see it.
about the cop?
No, what
Mm.
happened,
There's
girl?
a Kansas City cop
Mm.
I'm
who was
telling.
arrested for raping women for decades.
Oh yeah, you talking
I
about that's
don't
the one.
doubt it.
Yeah, I know. I ain't even. You know what? I
I
ain't
don't
sus.
doubt
I
it.
ain't even went to read about it, but I already know because I get so many damn shits of that. The shit's been coming out in feds, raiding fucking judge's house, finding 150 doggone DVDs of sexual exploitation of kids and you know, and folks in dressing room, all kind of shit. You know, this is the son of a judge, and this he ain't knowing and didn't have no, you know, all kind of motherfucking goddamn. It's some sick ass shit going on.
Okay, so this cop, he was a cop for 35 years. I'll let y'all watch this quick little video clip, real quick of this white guy who was arrested for raping women for decades. A cop.
I think you want to know what are we looking at? What are we doing concerning this?
Hold on, let me rewind it.
Oh, no. I think you want to know what are we looking at? What are we doing concerning this? It's important that you understand that every case that is submitted to our office with Golubski's name on it is going to be reviewed. We're going to look at it. Why? Because we need to make sure that every conviction that he was on and others hold integrity both today and tomorrow. Sadly, he was on the force for 35 years. Um, and it took all of this time for us finally to get to this place where he has now been federally indicted, thus showing the world something may be wrong with the CIU being here. It gives us that ability to review these cases, to look at them, to make a determination, to see if there was something wrong. But here's the fact. The fact is, it took him being there for 35 years and then what, 10 so years of his retirement. It's going to take time for us to look at those cases. It's going to take time for us to review these cases. And the way that the law works, we can't just flip on a switch and start getting people out of prison or flip on a switch and say that this case was bad just because his name was involved. We have to investigate. We have to apply the law. We have to look at the law is made for convictions, for jury verdicts to stand. It is not easily thrown out. It takes time. And not only does it take time, it takes manpower for us to do this. Right now, we have one attorney in our CIU. And every day, we're chipping away at these cases and tearing apart every piece of evidence that we have. And as the chief law enforcement official, I'm not just looking at time, but I'm looking at the weight that I feel every day, hoping that every person that was wrongly convicted and any person that's sitting in custody, that we can get them their freedom that they deserve, that we can show the manifest injustice. Because with Pete Coons, we barely got him out in time enough for him to spend a few months with his family. I don't know how many more Pete Coons are sitting in there, but this office will continue to do our part daily to make sure we fight for justice.
Okay, like that is crazy. Like, let me just break it down. What that guy was just talking about. Basically, it's a Kansas City cop claims that he was raping women for decades, and they said the claims have always been swirling around. They have always been swirling around, but nothing was ever done. But they said for 2 decades at the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department, Detective Roger Golubski was always on the lookout for his next victim, someone pretty, poor, and black. Someone no one would believe over the word of a white man with a badge, prosecutors say. They said Golubski found one of them as she was walking home from the grocery store, another while sifting through booking photos. Others he came across while serving search warrants or arresting their husbands or sons, according to detailed accounts in court records. Then Golubski would isolate them and rape them, sometimes at gunpoint, sometimes after punching or choking them, always leaving them with the warning, keep your mouth shut or else, the women would say. They said now for the first time, almost 40 years after prosecutors say his reign of terror began, Golubski faces a criminal and life behind bars. His arrest last week brought some relief to the women he's accused or terrorized, but also served as a reminder of just how long it took for anyone to believe their stories. Somebody by the name of Ophelia Williams, she said, I was glad but wasn't that happy. She is 60 years old now. She said Golubski was raping her several times between 1999 and 2002. She says, my gut tells it all, said Williams, who was 37 when her assaults began. She said, I can't eat, I can't sleep. He messed me up all inside. Every time I see a cop, I get scared. Another person, oh, by the way, Golubski is 69 years old, by the way. But his attorney, Tom Lemon, did not return requests for comments. But Golubski, who is 69 years old now, has pleaded not guilty to 6 federal civil rights charges of sexually assaulting 2 victims while acting under color of law. But let me tell you about the 13-year-old, right? So the 13-year-old, she said it was basically a life or death situation with her. The youngest of his accusers was just 13 when she said the detective pulled up to her, flashed his bat, and told her to get in the car. She recounted to the prosecutors before describing a horrific and violent sexual assault. Despite her cries and insistence that she was a virgin, Golubski told her to stop being a crybaby and that she was old enough to make decisions. Afterward came a warning that frightened the girl to the core. He told her to keep her mouth shut or she could kiss her sweet little grandmother goodbye and that he ran the streets, so don't mess with him. She said she felt like she was in a life or death situation. He went on to sexually assault that girl 10 more times between 1998 and 2001, basically whenever he wanted, frequently threatened to kill her and her grandmother, even once forcing her to dig her own grave at a local cemetery. I think that's about enough. Y'all get the point of what's going on here. But yeah, he done messed with 17-year-olds. I mean, a lot of different women. A lot of different women. He has raped them and basically threatened to kill them or kill their loved ones or things like that for years. So he's finally been arrested, and that's what that black guy was just saying. I don't recall what his title was. Who we first just watched the video of. But he was saying they need to figure out if this allegation been swirling around for decades and decades. Why are they just now prosecuting him or charging him?
That's what I'm saying. Then this bold moon drop bullet head ass nigga talking about it's gonna take time. Well, how much more motherfucking damn time do you need that this old goat mouth ass heathen has been getting away with bloody murder, basically doing what the hell he want to do? Fuck who he want, arrest who he want, ruins who life he want, and y'all ain't did shit. And y'all talking about, oh, this has been going on for decades. We just can't. It's always what we just can't do, but y'all sure could put a motherfucking dog on me away. Man, get man.
And here he is. Here's the guy right here. Hold on, y'all.
Cop to accused criminal. Former Kansas City police detective Roger Golubski, arrested by the FBI Thursday. Golubski, 69, is accused of using his power and badge to sexually assault women. Ophelia Williams is one of his alleged victims.
I thought he was investigating, telling me, gonna tell me something, and he ended up raping me.
But the accusations against Golubski don't end there. Lamont McIntyre, who spent 23 years in prison for a double murder he didn't commit, sued Golubski and other Kansas City officers, alleging in the lawsuit that Golubski framed Lamont for a double homicide in 1994 because his mother refused the detective's sexual demands. The local government agreed to settle the lawsuit for $12.5 million back in June. Civil rights groups for years sought an investigation into Golubski's conduct, even garnering attention from Team Rock, the social justice arm of hip-hop mogul Jay-Z's entertainment company.
I think the arrest of Roger Golubski is a really important step, but we also still stand in solidarity with the Kansas City community and all the victims that have not seen justice yet.
You thought you was gonna get away, but you didn't.
Now, Golubski has pleaded not guilty and remains in custody at this time, with another hearing set for this upcoming Monday. The police department and his attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
And as I can so rightfully say, as any individual sound mind will say, why is this man even still existing? Like, why?
I just don't understand. Like, he just got sued for $12 million for putting somebody's son in prison because his mother wouldn't have sex with him. All these allegations been swirling around for years, but yeah, he couldn't be able to walk the beat every day. Just imagine how many people who haven't came forward that he probably raped, and they all was black women.
Like I said, they don't give a shit. So then the justice, that means that if they're gonna drag it out until he have a heart attack or do whatever, like I said, they wouldn't allow us to. Shit, they took Willie Brown ass and he ain't had shit to do with nothing. What the fuck was going on and dragged his ass.
You can't never forget Willie Brown.
And they burnt him up, shot him up, dismembered all kind of shit, and took pictures of that shit and was drinking and partying and was shooting police and judges right in the I'm on the judge, I know
the
what it is.
Everybody, they was getting
on the 19th and Douglas. We ain't gonna even go there with y'all, but any old way. Off of farm,
they was getting the police out the way, the judge, the sheriff, everybody to Willie Brown.
Run that. Run it, strain that nigga. They broke into they was climbing on the side of the building.
Jail. Like they
was trying to get that man, like mob justice shit.
Like Cisco, like they was doing when they was trying to overturn when President the Proud Boys, that shit, climbing the walls and scaling the walls. That's what they did in Omaha years ago.
Right, man.
That they thought
it might have been that long ago. It might have been over 100 plus, but it might have been over 100 about 3 or 4 years ago. But still, man, that shit is relevant, man. And that's what.
Oh yeah, it's definitely relevant. I was just letting her know it happened a long time ago. But
it's like that's why is this man okay? But why is this man get away with like that's what puzzles me. Mm-hmm. Like, what justice is going to be served if and he's pleading not guilty. Y'all know the man is guilty. So what is okay? So what's the next move? Mm-hmm. Well, we gotta let justice take his course. Well, justice should have been took his motherfucking course. He shouldn't be breathing. If you didn't rape, man, look, man. Whether it's, I don't know how people live in today's society and all this old shit. But there's certain laws that is with creation there, man. If you gotta take something from someone that's innocent, especially if it's an innocent individual, I mean, you are violating universal laws and protocols, man. There's no reason for you to even still be existing. But see, ain't nobody what it is, and nobody took up the mantle to get rid of that situation. It has nothing to do with being a vigilante. It has to do with what is right. What's right is what's right. But at the same time, you have to also understand that unless God gives that charge to kill that individual or whatever, you're not supposed to do that. That's what makes murder and killing and all that shit wrong. Other than that, oh man, you got folks on standby that's ready to green light. But until that order is given, nobody has that right to give life or take life but him. So, I mean, we just have to, I don't know how to really, I have no real good answer for it. I just know maybe a good brutal lesson, some broken bones, what's the name of that movie where, he was taking them through the 7 different levels of, I think it was Kevin Spacey and Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. where old boy the seven whatever the hell he was had for every sin he was punishing the folks. He had him for the sloth. He had what old boy was just eating. Had him just all fucked up and bloated up. He had the what was the other
I
greed?
remember that show. It was called The
That
Seven
that
Sins.
movie.
I
You know
remember that
exactly
show. It was
exactly
called
that
Seven. That's what it was called. It was called Seven.
that level of shit. If I was, if I was gonna like do some shit like that, then you that's what you do if you're gonna do it. All that old other petty shit to do something like I mean, because people ain't learned no lesson. What they gonna do? They're gonna put him in PC, and once he do get convicted, because he already is a police, so I mean, nobody's gonna be able to hardly get to him. So he's just gonna live the rest of his long on life out behind bars until he, croak out or whatever, or accidentally slip and fall on the soap and break his neck. I don't know what the hell, that's just way. Unfortunately, it's like nothing that we can really, really do about it. If you really honestly look at it, it's really like, is what the fuck is it that we can honestly do about it? That's the sad part. That's the pathetic part about it. Like, if you really, really look at this whole situation, because if it was some European women is involved, which I'm sure it is, all 100% of his 100% of his dick licking and dick sticking is not just black women. He's out there raping them crackhead white women too and all that. He tearing their ass out the frame too. He probably got kids all around goddamn me Kansas City. Oh nasty ass. He over there gonna rape that old lady like that. Like, I mean, are you fucking kidding me? And this man is still, well, y'all even had the nerves of gauze to call him a detective. Why y'all didn't call the man by his damn name with his crusty ass? He's detective. Oh, now he's a detective. No, he should be getting gopher mail. He'll get his mail, but gopher is kind of slow a little bit. He got other places to go. So by the time a gopher get you your mail, it might be a post date. It might be a little bit, delayed. But real talk, come on, man, that's not right. Like, that's traumatic. That is like really fucking traumatic. You gotta think. My innocence was taken by someone at numerous times. Anytime. I think I want some pussy. And then, you know what? Where you at? I'm in church. Well, you better bring your ass out. I want some ass. Right now. And I mean, if you don't, I'm taking your motherfucking ass to jail. She probably been there trying to get saved. Got to go out, and got to go. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Anywhere. Well, I got to study for my test. I don't give a shit. I know if you don't pass that damn test, I'm taking you to jail. But you about to come out here and give me some ass. So you better figure something out. You better study and give me some ass at the same time. Something.
That is it's so messed up. Like, I just can't imagine. We already got a lot of us already fear the police because they just be killing us off,
Well,
but
they bleed too.
then to worry about a police officer, every time he see you, he can call you up and just do whatever he wants you because you scared he'll kill your whole family off. Like, that had to be very traumatic, especially the 13-year-old. I mean, all of them really, but the 13-year-old.
That's sick.
Like, and she was a virgin. That's what kills me. He was like, she was like, quit being a crybaby. That just, you old enough. And I ain't gonna even tell you who that remind me of, but anywho.
No, it's reality, sis. He defiled her, man. I mean, that's unfortunately that's what's going to happen to him. He's nobody's going to make an example of him because then that's not the right way to do it. Let's pray for him. No, fuck praying for him. He wasn't thinking about that shit when he was defiling them underage children. He didn't give a damn. He was not prejudiced. He wants some pussy. He's gonna excuse my French, but he's gonna get some. Yeah. You can be old and crusty, crackhead, or you can be young and fertile. He don't give a shit. He did not discriminate. Oh shit, you can't have no kids. That's even better. You don't give me no ass on demand. I'm definitely taking your ass in motherfucking jail. You gonna have a jail record so bad you gonna have to be a prostitute.
Right.
That type of shit. Are you married? Oh, that's the best. Yeah, you got some sick, sadistic motherfuckers out here, but not this way. It ain't happening this way. I'll be a dead shit. Well, then again, me, but I'll have some company though. Believe that.